Next on Lion TV, we have a new segment of Discography Up with Dakota Johnson and Jacob Osborne. Jordan Benight with your Line of the Week, Ashley Coker with weather,
and me, Jacob Osborne, to give you all your local and national sports coverage. All that and more, Lion TV starts now.
Good morning, Searcy High School. I'm Drew Thurman.
And I'm Lexi Farron. Let's jump right into those announcements.
10th grade BMI assessments will be held December 1st. Refusal forms must be signed by a parent or guardian and returned by 11/24/20.
Several new scholarships have been posted to the Guidance Center Facebook page, so seniors be sure to take a look. In national news, in the case of a vaccine being made for COVID-19, who would get it first? While no decision has been made, the consensus among many experts in the U.S. and globally is that healthcare workers should get it first. An expert panel advising the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is also considering giving high priority to workers in essential industries and people with certain medical conditions and people aged 65 and older.
A hearing on the Trump campaign's federal lawsuit seeking to prevent Pennsylvania officials from certifying the vote results remains on track for Tuesday after a judge quickly denied the campaign's new lawyer's request for a delay. The Trump campaign wants to prevent certification of results that give President-elect Joe Biden the state's 20 electoral votes, suing over election procedures that were not uniform across the state. Giuliani was promised a raft of lawsuits and to provide Trump with evidence of voter fraud and the drive to overturn the election result.
SpaceX's newly launched capsule with 4 astronauts arrived Monday at the International Space Station, their new home until spring. The Dragon capsule pulled up and docked late Monday night following a 27-hour completely automated flight from NASA's Kennedy Space Center. The link-up occurred 262 miles above Idaho.
Golly, that made me want to listen to some music. Taco and Jacob are going to give us the scoop and discography of.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jacob Osborne.
I'm Dakota Johnson, back with another episode of Discography Up.
Hellboy I made at mostly at Skid Row, the apartment at Skid Row. I mean, I don't really remember making any of them, so it's just kind of like, I don't know, just however I was feeling.
Little Peep, real name Gustav, was born in Allentown, Pennsylvania. He released 2 studio albums, 5 mixtapes, and 12 extended plays during his lifetime.
His mixtapes consist of Lil Peep Part 1, Mall Music, Live Forever, and his 2 more famous EPs, Crybaby, released on June 10, 2016, and re-released 4 years later on the same day, and Hellboy, which was originally released September 25th and re-released 4 years after as well.
His studio album, Come Over When You're Sober, Part 1, was released in August 2017 and peaked at number 38 on the Billboard 200. The album spawned 4 singles. It was then followed by 4 Gold Chains with Clams Casino and Falling Down with fellow deceased rapper XXXTentacion in the same year.
Peep died in Tucson, Arizona on November 15, 2017 due to a fentanyl-laced Xanax 2 weeks after his 21st birthday. This didn't stop the release of his music, however, as he has had 2 posthumous albums, Come Over When You're Sober Part 2 and Everybody's Everything.
Peep may not be your style or sound, but he was an important figure to the modern emo and punk scenes.
Well, Cersei, that's all we have for you today. If you have an artist you want us to cover, DM us on Instagram or email us. Have a great day.
That made me want to dance.
I agree. Lexi, I want a boogie. Let's send it over to Ashley with some weather updates.
Searcy, hi, I'm Ashley Coker here with your weather updates. Today you'll have a high of 72 with a 0% chance of rain. The winds are headed south at 14 miles per hour. The humidity is at 48% and your sun rose at 6:46 a.m. On to tonight. Tonight, your low will be 48, rain at 10% chance. Your winds are headed south at 7 miles per hour and the humidity is at 83% and your sun will set at 4:48 p.m. On to the almanac. So the temperatures for the last 7 days has been a high of 80 and a low of 32. The monthly average precipitation is 5.15 inches and the month to date is a half inch. On to the forecast. So Friday, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 71 and a low of 48. Saturday, it'll have a high of 73 and a low of 51. And Tuesday, you'll have a high of 58 and a low of 41 with a 20% chance of rain. Looks like it's going to be rainy for the first of next week, but it's going to clear up. Back to the news desk.
Thanks for the updates, homie. Now let's see what we're eating today. Today for lunch we'll be having baked turkey, cornbread dressing, cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, seasoned green beans, fruit salad, strawberries, and milk.
Oh, yummy. You have got to thank our gorgeous lunch ladies today when you see them.
I sure will. Now, what's up next, Drew?
Next up, we have another awesome line of the week with Jordan Benight. What's up, Cersei? It's Jordan Benight with your line of the week. This week, I'm joined by FCCLA President and State Officer Candidate Meredith Allen. So Meredith, for those who don't know, what is FCCLA?
FCCLA stands for Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America.
So what made you want to join FCCLA?
I wanted to join FCCLA because I wanted to have fun experiences with my classmates and learn more about family and consumer science education.
So how has COVID-19 restricted you guys in what you do in your club?
COVID-19 has restricted us mostly just because we would travel to district meetings and to places like Little Rock for our food bank, and we're not able to do that this year due to COVID restrictions.
So what steps did you take to become a state officer candidate?
To become a state officer candidate, I just discussed with my advisor that I wanted to do that, and then we filled out some paperwork and sent it into our district office, and I had to get elected by my district officers to move forward to a state candidate position.
And how do you plan to use the skills you've learned in FCCLA outside of high school?
Outside of high school, I plan to use my FCCLA skills because I've learned a lot of leadership, and I want to own my own business one day, so I plan to use those skills when I own my own business.
So what are some ways other students could help out?
Right now, we are collecting donations for the Angel Tree. We're wanting to buy for 2 students this year, and we are also taking up donations for winter clothes to donate to the homeless shelter.
Well, Cersei, that's all I have for you today. Be sure to go out there and lend a hand. Back to the news desk. That was epic.
Now we have some swaggy sports updates with Jacob Osborne.
What's up, Cersei? I'm Jacob Osborne. This weekend, your girls wrestling will have their first tournament in Springdale. If you don't have anything going on, you should go show your lion pride and root for our wrestlers. After coming into contact with players that had COVID, your Cersei boys basketball team will not be able to play their game, originally scheduled for tonight at 5 against Bryant. We can't wait to see them play again. After multiple delays, the NBA draft finally arrives Wednesday. Like everyone else in 2020, this year's class of players has tried to make the best of their difficult circumstances. The draft is usually held in June in New York, where Adam Silver announces the first round picks. The top players sit at tables in the front of the arena, and when their names are called, put on a hat with the logo of the team and walk onto the stage for a handshake and a photo with the commissioner. This time, Silver will be announcing the picks from the ESPN campus in Bristol, Connecticut. Players have been shipped boxes of hats for wherever they will be watching to choose the one they need when their name is called. The Florida Panthers on Tuesday hired Brett Peterson as an assistant general manager, making him the first black executive to hold that position in the NHL. Peterson's hiring comes days after the nearby Miami Marlins hired its first female GM in Major League Baseball. The NFL's Miami Dolphins have a black GM, Chris Grier, and coach, Brian Flores. Among its recent anti-racism and diversity initiatives, the NHL formed an Executive Inclusion Council that aims to increase minority participation in front offices and on coaching staffs. Peterson said his hiring is a milestone that he called hard to put into words. Well, Cersei, that's all I have for you today. Let's send it back to the anchors.
That was wild. I'm so thankful for Jacob. Speaking of, can you give me a drum roll for Thankful Thursday?
This week, we should be thankful for Heather Weaver, a member of the cafeteria staff, and Lori Nielsen, who has been teaching here for 44 years. Be sure to say thank you when you see them around.
Thank you, Heather, and gracias, Miss Nielsen.
Well, it looks like it's the end of today's episode of Lion TV. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Cersei High Lion TV, and be sure to check out Holly's story over Christmas Day at CerseiLionPress.com.
And remember to follow us on Twitter at Lion TV, Instagram at Cersei Lion TV, and Facebook at Cersei High Lion TV. Until next week, my guys, I'm Drew Thurman.
And I'm Lexi Farron. Have a good weekend, everyone.